From Austin, Texas, Stateside Live presents Jewel.
Please don't say I love you, 'cause those words touch me much too deeply and they make my core tremble. Don't think you realize the effect you have over me. Please don't come so close, 'cause it makes me wanna make you near me. And please don't kiss me so sweet, it makes me crave 1,000 kisses to follow. And please don't touch me like that, makes every other embrace seem pale and shallow. And please don't look at me like that, 'cause it makes me wanna make you near me. Please don't bring me flowers, they only whisper the sweet things you'd say. And don't try to understand me, your hands already know too much anyway. Makes me wanna make you near me. And when you look in my eyes, please know my heart is in your hands. It's nothing that I understand, but when in your arms you have complete power over me. So be gentle if you please, 'cause your hands are in my hair, but my heart is in your teeth, baby. Makes me wanna make you near me always. Yeah, your hands are in my hair, but my heart is in your teeth. Makes me wanna make you near me always. Makes me wanna make you near me always. Makes me wanna make you near me Thank you. Hey, Mike, my ears sound a little boomy to me, like it's just not real close or present. I don't know how to describe it. Good luck with that feedback. I have a confession. I put super glue all over my fingertips because I don't have calluses, because my calluses, you need calluses when you play guitar, if you're a real guitar player, but I clearly am not a real guitar player anymore. I'm mostly a mom. And I've gotten mom hands, which... I mean, mom hands are good. It's usually chipped nail polish and uneven lengths, but no calluses. So they're so tender from doing so many shows in a row that I desperately turned to super glue this afternoon and
was hoping that would dull the pain, which it did, is the good news. The bad news is I can hardly really feel my strings. And it's starting to break up and little bits are flaking off. And I didn't want you to think it was like, some disease up here. It's just super glue flaking off of my fingertips. That's settled. It's out in the open. Let's move on. This is a song off of my second record. I haven't been doing it for years, so I sort of resurrected it here lately.
Inside my skin, there is this space. It twists and turns, it bleeds and aches. Inside my heart, there's an empty room. It's waiting for lightning. It's waiting for you. And I am wanting, and I am needing you inside the absence of fear. Muscle and sinew, velvet and stone. This vessel is haunted. It creaks and moans. My bones call to you in a separate skin. Hollow out my insides to let you in, for I am wanting, and I am needing you here inside the absence of fear. There is this hunger, this restlessness inside of me. It knows that you're no stranger, you're my gravity. My hands will adore you through all darkness, and they will lay you out in moonlight and reinvent your name. I am wanting, I am needing you here. I want you near inside the absence of fear.
When I was 18, I moved to San Diego. I had a job answering phones at a computer warehouse. And my boss took me aside one day to have a talk with me, and I realized halfway through the talk that he was propositioning me, and so I slept with him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I was just saying if you guys were listening. That's a terrible thing to joke about. Now I'm blushing. Well, no, I just joked it off. I honestly didn't think a ton about it, and went into work the next day for my paycheck. My rent was due, and I had been late quite often in my rent, and my boss wouldn't look at me, and he wouldn't talk to me, and he wouldn't give me my paycheck, and I left there just completely humiliated, and couldn't pay my rent, and my landlord kicked me out. And so I thought, when I didn't have enough money for a deposit on a new apartment, and so I thought, well, no big deal. I'll live in my car for a month or two. I'll get a new job. I'll save up for a new place. And but I had bad kidneys at the time, and I just kept getting sick, and I kept missing work, and I didn't have insurance, and I kept not being able to hold a job down because I missed so much work, and I almost died in the parking lot of an emergency room because they wouldn't see me because I didn't have insurance. And yeah, it was just, and the car I was living in got stolen. That sucked. But I wasn't in it, so silver linings everywhere, folks. It was during this time that I had a brief career with shoplifting. I don't say that to be glib, it's just true. It started with carrots, which apparently are the gateway vegetable. Because, it led eventually to the hard stuff. The organic apples, the expensive stuff, Pistachios. It was always food, which I validated somehow in my mind, wrongly, but it looked like it might escalate one day because I was walking down the street and I saw a brand new, beautiful, glistening sundress in a window, and I coveted it. And I went in there and tried it on, and I thought about seeing if I could, steal it. And I got my little paws on that price tag, and it was $39.99. And I don't know what it was about that moment. It was just a very surreal. It was like a lightning bolt struck me, and I thought, when did I lose faith in myself? Like, when did I stop thinking that I could earn $39 for myself? And I didn't steal the dress, and I actually never stole anything after that. And I started writing these lyrics about if I watch what my hands are doing, I can see what my life would probably become. And if they're stealing or writing songs, would probably be two very different futures. And my life did turn around, and years later, my husband and I were camping in the mountains of Northern California. It was 2001. We'd been up there for about a week, and we came out on September 14th. And we saw the flag on this ranch at half-mast, and we thought maybe a local cowboy maybe had gotten hurt or something. And then we saw the next flag at the next ranch at half-mast, and we thought maybe a fireman had been killed. And then we started seeing all these signs saying, God bless our country. And we finally got out of the mountains enough to realize, to get radio reception, and realize that America had been attacked and that the towers had fallen. And we were sitting there in complete disbelief along with the rest of the country. And the DJ came on the radio, and he dedicated this song that I had written when I was 18 years old. It's such a dark time in my own life, and he dedicated it to America. It's such a dark time in America's life. It was a very surreal and very humbling moment. I'd love to play that for you. This is called Hands.
If I could tell the world just one thing, it would be we're all okay. Not to worry, because worry is wasteful and useless in times like these. I won't be made useless, won't be made idle with despair. Gather myself around my faith, for light does the darkness most fear. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own. We are never broken. Poverty stole your golden shoes, but it did not steal your laughter. heartache came to visit me, but I knew it was not ever after. And we will fight, but not out of spite, just 'cause someone must stand up for what's right. 'Cause where there's a man who has no voice, there I shall go singing. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own. We are never broken, 'cause in the end, only kindness matters. In the end, only kindness matters. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. I will get down on my knees and pray. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own. My hands are small, I know, but they are not yours, they are my own. They are not yours, they are my own. And we are never broken, no, we are never broken. 'Cause we are God's eye. God's hand. God's heart we are. We are God's eyes. We are God's hands. We are. We are. We
Thanks. What do you guys feel like hearing tonight? Anything in particular? Jupiter, Rosie, and Mick. Excellent suggestions. Yeah. What'd you say? Where you are? Is that on my Goodbye Alice in Wonderland record? Sorry. It's on a dulcimer, and I don't have a dulcimer with me, is how I'm getting out of that one. What else can I not sing for you tonight? I like to make it look like I'm taking requests, but I actually just wait for the song I was going to do anyway to be called out, and then it's like a win for me. You guys know some morning song? Mm-hmm. I hope you guys packed a lunch. It's going to be a long night. Okay. Right. I heard somebody say Life Uncommon. I guess I'll do that one.
Well, don't you worry, mother, 'cause it's gonna be alright. And don't worry, sister, say your prayers and sleep tight. And it'll be fine. lover of mine. It'll be just fine. Just lend your voices. Only the sounds of freedom. No longer lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from. Fill your lives with love and bravery, and you shall lead a life uncommon. I've heard your anguish. You know I've heard all of your hearts cry out, and I know that you're tired, I know that you're weary, but do not let me hear that you are worn out. Just set down your chains till only faith remains. Set down your chains and your voices. Only the sounds of freedom. No longer lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from. Fill your lives with love and bravery, and you shall lead a life uncommon. Now there are plenty of people all around the world, and everybody just prays for peace. But if praying were enough, you know I wanna come to be. Oh, never, 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 never let your words enslave no one, and the heavens will hush themselves to hear our voices ring out clear. Oh, yeah, with sounds of freedom, with sounds of freedom. So damn you unbeliever, move out of the way, 'cause I'm telling you, there is a new army coming, and we are that new army coming. You know that we are, and you know that we are, and you know that we are. With faith, you know to live, you know you gotta give. Only you gotta give. And in your voices only, never, 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 no. I mean not one time. Do not let me hear you lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from. Fill your lives with love and bravery, and you shall lead a life uncommon. Night on my two headlights. I'm trying to keep it clear, but I'm losing it here to the twilight. There's a dead end to my left, there's a burning bush to my right. You aren't in sight, aren't in sight. Do you want me like I want you? Or am I standing still beneath the darkened sky? Or am I standing still with the scenery flying by? Or am I standing still out of the corner of my eye? Was that you passing me by? Mothers on the stoop, boys in souped up coops on this hot summer night. Between fight and flight is a blind man's sight and a choice that's right. I roll the window down, feel like I'm gonna drown in this strange town. Oh, I feel so broken down, broken down. Do you need me like I need you? Or am I standing still beneath the darkened sky? Or am I standing still with the scenery flying by? Or am I standing still out of the corner of my eye? Was that you passing me by? Sweet sorrow, is it go tomorrow? Sweet sorrow, is it go tomorrow? Do you love me like I love you? Or am I standing still beneath the darkened sky? Or am I standing still with the scenery flying by? Or am I standing still out of the corner of my eye? Oh, was that you? And are you passing me by? Or am I standing still?
This next song is it's a love song. If you're a stalker.
I will come to you in the still of the night, and I will crush you with a burden of sight. The fury of my conviction will cause your heart to quicken. Then, my dear, you will see you want me here. And when you wake up, you will see yourself through my eyes. And when you break up, you will understand I will mesmerize and hypnotize you with the sound of your own fear. And when you wake up, you see yourself through my eyes. And when you break up, you will understand why it is I cry. I just wanna get along, this is your song. I wrote it in my head, but the melodies are wrong. And it's driving me crazy, not having you, baby, to keep me company in my own private world. You're my one true girl, I won't be stopping just 'cause your knees are knocking. When I decide to drop in, so don't make a sound. There's no one around to come between us now. I'm gonna haunt you, girl. And when you wake up, you will finally see yourself through my eyes. And when you break up, you will understand why it is I come to you in a stare of the night. Thanks. I don't know. What else do you guys want? I heard somebody say Tiny Love Spaces, which I really want to do, but I've gotten younger and younger fans since I've been doing my children's books, and I see like really cute kids in the audience, and it gets harder to do that stuff. Don't worry, I'll do Foolish Games. You don't gotta say it. Say something more interesting. Mary's Getaway Driver. Oh my gosh. Somebody's been sharing some angel food. Who asked for that one? Deep, deep, my child. I don't know. I'm not tempted yet by anything. Boy Needs a Bike. New Wild West. Let's Get in the Way. And the Rainbow. I'm like a pitcher that doesn't like I'm like, I'm really, this is what you get for not writing a set list. Nothing's thrilled me yet, I'm sorry. Deepwater, Painters. Satisfied? I'll do Satisfied for you, I guess. I love country music. I grew up listening to just great singer-songwriters, and I grew up just worshiping Loretta Lynn and Merle Haggard, who wrote 51 of his own #1 hits. So he should walk around. If I was Merle Haggard, I'd have a superhero cape at all times on me. This was on my last country album called Satisfied. If you love someone, then you better let it out. Don't hold it back while you're trying to figure it out. Don't be timid, don't be afraid to hurt. Run toward the flame, run toward the fire, and hold on for all you're worth. 'Cause the only real pain a heart can ever know is the sorrow of regret, when you don't let your feelings show. So did you say it? Did you mean it? Did you lay it on the line? Did you make it count? Did you look them in the eye and did they feel it? Did you say it in time? Did you say it out loud? 'Cause if you did, hon, then you've lived some, and that feeling inside, that's called satisfied. La-da-da-da. Empty hearts everywhere. No, wrong lyric. Busy people walking by, can't help but worry some. Don't encourage me. There's so many things to do, so little love gets done. Empty hearts everywhere, drowning but dying of thirst. If we want love, it's not that tough. Start by giving it first. It's easy to give, baby, can't you see? Just close your eyes, open your heart, and do what comes naturally. So did you say it? Did you mean it? Did you lay it on the line? Did you make it count? Did you look them in the eye and did they feel it? Did you say it in time? Did you say it out loud? 'Cause if you did, hon, then you've lived some, and that feeling inside, that's called satisfied. Now horses were built to run, and the sun was meant to shine above. Flowers were made to bloom, and then there's us. We were born to love. We were born to love. So did you say it? Did you mean it? Did you lay it all on the line? Did you say it? Did you mean it? Did you lay it on the line? Did you make it count? Did you look them in the eye and did they feel it? Did you say it in time? Did you say it out loud? Because if you did, hon, then you've lived some, and that feeling inside, that's called satisfied. I don't ever do covers, but I kind of feel like doing one tonight. The dressing room is full of the most amazing pictures, and there's pictures of Loretta Lynn and Christofferson and just so many great artists. I grew up singing this song. Chris Christofferson wrote it. Take these ribbons from my hair, shake 'em loose and let 'em fall, lying soft against my skin, like a shadow on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm asking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong. I don't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow. For tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And I don't want to be alone. Won't you help me make it through the night? I don't want to be alone. So won't you help me make it through the night? Thanks. I got to play June Carter Cash in a movie about her life. It's coming up really soon. It's going to be on Lifetime May 27th. So set your DVRs. Yeah, DVRs they're called. It was really an honor. I got to open for Johnny and June years ago in the Royal Albert Hall in England. It was a really amazing experience. I never thought I'd actually get to play her. It was really cool. I really transformed. I had a brown wig and blue eyes, and I had these prosthetic teeth. You can giggle. She had these perfect, really amazing, beautiful, like Hollywood teeth, and I clearly don't. So I really felt like, like if you saw me in a wig with my snaggletooth, you'd be like, that's Jewel, and why is she wearing a wig? So I really wanted people to forget it was me, and so I felt it was essential to have my prosthetic dentures. So I was pretty excited about it. They have these dentists, they're prosthetic dentists. They're forensic dentists, actually, and they'll study like photographs. They didn't exhumer or anything. I know that sounds morbid when you say a forensic dentist, but that isn't what it sounds like. Well, I just got morbid in here. I'm very quiet. Awkward. Exhuming, not to mention in future shows. Got it. So you just snap them in and you wear them, and then like all of a sudden you have this amazing smile. And I'm like, I got them the first time, and I went upstairs in the mirror and I was like, "Hello, beauty queen." I got to sing like her in the movie. I sort of had to sing, in character. A lot of people don't realize that she actually wrote Ring of Fire, co-wrote Ring of Fire. She's a good songwriter. So I've been toying around with it lately, just sort of to see what I would do with it. I might as well do it for you. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames, they went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames, they went higher, and it Yeah, I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames, they went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of fire, and it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of fire. Let's see, I heard somebody ask for Rosie and Mick a little earlier. I will do that for you. I grew up bar singing with my dad. My mom and dad had shows at hotels. They would sing for tourists, like a dinner show. And when my mom left when I was 8, my dad and I sort of became the duet. And yeah, I was probably the only fourth grader that went from elementary school straight to the bar. But it was a great education and great for a future writer. There were so many amazing characters that lived in these bars and honky-tonks and lumberjack joints and fishermen hangouts. And I've written a lot of songs based on sort of the characters that I remember growing up and seeing. This is loosely based on one couple that they were just always at each other and yelling at each other drunkenly in the bar. And it fascinated me. I say loosely based on them because no, she didn't kill him. This is, poetic license. Well, Mick came home late last night. He drank enough beer to take the edge off a knife. And she opened the door, looking older than before. He said, Rosie, you're too good a girl. She let him in, he lifted up her dress. Like an apology, he kissed her neck and felt much relieved as the ceiling fan tapped out a broken melody. She said, do you remember when we were younger and angry words were said? Making up was always your favorite part. Well, I ain't young no more, and I'm sorry we're not mend a broken heart. Well, he moved back in and threw his things on the floor. She worked up the courage to say what she never had before, but the words got lost inside. He got that look in his eye as the sun went shining on. She said, do you remember when we were younger and angry words were said? Making up was always your favorite part. Well, I ain't young no more, and I'm sorry we'll not mend a broken heart. Well, the judge knew well that Mick was a violent man, so she got a few headlines, she got a slap on the hand. And there ain't no villains and there ain't no heroes. People on both sides of the tracks trying to add up a whole bunch of zeros. And time marches on until it's all gone. She said, do you remember when we were younger and angry words were said? Making up was always your favorite part. Well, I ain't young no more, and I'm sorry we'll not mend a broken heart.
Let's see. One came to me, then it went away. Oh, yeah. What? You're having a baby right now? I've never sung at a birth before. It'd be good. I don't think I am. We are filming and streaming tonight. You guys obviously know that there's like 3 billion cameras around for a side stage live, which is pretty fun. So all my friends in Europe and everybody get to see me make my usual mistakes. Hello, hasn't changed. Also, before it's 9:15, I did want to mention I'm donating some guitars for auction. I'll sign them and take pictures with you when I come off stage. The money goes to West Texas. As we know, everybody's been really struggling there. So, yeah. Don't miss the opportunity to go out there. The auction's open for about 20 more minutes, and you guys can bid on it, and I will see you side stage afterwards. What else? Stephenville? I'll do that one. You tempted me. I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan, like every other person on the planet Earth. And I had this dream when I was 16 that I got to open for him, because we all can dream. And 5 years later, I actually did get to open for him. So it was pretty cool. It was like a dream come true. And except that, well, I was a little nervous because there was more to my dream. In my dream, Bob Dylan totally came on me. Ew. I'm his biggest fan, but ew. And I was really kind of freaked out that my whole dream would come true, and so I got out on the road, and his tour manager came up, and he was like, "Welcome out. I just want to let you know Mr. Dylan doesn't watch the opening act, and he doesn't meet the opening act, and I just didn't want you to get your hopes up." And I was like, "Great." So I sang my little songs, and I did my little shows, and after about 4 nights, his tour manager comes back up to me and goes, "You're not going to believe this, but Dylan's been watching you, and he's requesting your presence downstairs in his dressing room." And I was like, "I know. I know. But you can't not meet Bob Dylan." So I went downstairs in my turtleneck, and no, he was really nice. He was wonderful. It was a time in my life. My first record, Pieces of You, was a failure for the first year. I think it sold like 2,000 copies, and my label was just having me give up on it and go into the studio and cut a second record. And that's when Dylan asked me to go on the road with him, and he just really mentored me and took me under his wing and would go over my lyrics with me and give me records to listen to. I remember he was like, "You ever hear the Blue Yodeler?" And I was like, "No, that sounds like a superhero." And he goes, "Oh, he is." It was Jimmy Rogers. And so he'd send me CDs and give me things to listen to and go over my lyrics with me, and it was just an amazingly formative time for me because it was just where I was starting to want to give up on what I was doing, and he really encouraged me. So he's had a big effect on me, like every other songwriter alive, and you can kind of hear it in this song. I wrote this when I moved to Texas a long time ago now. Gosh, it's been probably 14 or 15 years I've been here. And I wrote it, I didn't think my career was going to get as big as it did. It was really shocking for a folk artist to have made it on the cover of Time magazine. It was really amazing and really an honor. But talk about a culture shock for a girl from Homer, Alaska. It just shouldn't have happened, and I was a bit in shock. And so after my second record, I moved to Texas, and I sort of took a break and took a couple years off to reflect on the star-making machine, as Joni Mitchell says. It's funny what makes you write a song. I was watching television, and there was a commercial on, and they were selling a product, and the women had very coiffed hair, and it was amazing. Coming up in Alaska, we didn't have a television. Homer, I don't even think still has a TV signal to this day, so it's not even an option for the town of Homer. And I was amazed when you come down to the lower 48, to really see marketing for the first time and pop culture for the first time, and how there's these strategy groups, that tell companies how to dress their actors and commercials to relate to their audience and all this stuff. And that's what got me started on this whole tangent on the first line.
There are housewives taught to recapture their youth by wearing floral print and suede, fixing their hairdos with PC, chemical-free hairspray. Martha Stewart taught us to make on TV. I was raised a farm girl. Now I'm too far from home, all alone on the road, trying to figure out who I am now that the stardust has turned to sand and the sand has turned to stone on the star-making machine. I'm 38 years old, that ain't the end, but sure ain't where I began. And my daddy, he wrote songs and he broke codes, went back to school to get a degree. Now he teaches music to kids, he taught music to me. And this Alaskan girl has been living in Stephenville, Texas, that is. And yeah, you guessed it, I moved there 'cause I fell in love with a man. But let me tell you, I moved his ex, old lady's things out of the closet, the same closet I moved my things back in. No, it did not make me feel that great, as if to demonstrate everything's temporary if you give it enough time. I'm 38 years old, that ain't the end, sure ain't where I began. But hey, I'm still a kid, I got nothing to lose. I'm a singer of songs, I'm a player for crowds. Hey Ma, look, I'm an entertainer. I'm a modern day troubadour, trying to find justice with 6 strings, trying to make the world make sense out of me, trying to be loved completely, trying to love honestly, trying to find a decent high noon cup of tea in another hotel. I'm trying to listen to the leaves speak, trying to steal secrets from fishes in the creek, trying to figure out who I am, a pretty decent cook, a terrible mathematician, a mother, what will it be? I'm trying to figure out who I am, but there's no hand to hold, no Dr. Martin Luther King, just sycophants and mindlessness on TV. We all read magazines for the latest ways to behave, so hey, why not follow me, the blonde bombshell deity? I'll sell you neat ideas without big words and just a little bit of cleavage to wash it all down. You know, everybody thought that Godard was a clown, and man, that ain't gonna be me. I'm 38 years old, that ain't the end, sure ain't where I began. Guess that just makes it Stephenville, Texas.
My family came from Switzerland during the Second World War. They were living in Germany. They were a group of artists, from what my grandfather told me, called the Futurists. And it was a group of young idealists that wanted to leave Germany and escape the war. And Alaska was giving away homesteads. The Homesteading Act actually continued into the 50s here in the States. And they sent a scout ahead, Ewell Kilcher, and he stowed away on a boat and made it up to Alaska and hiked over glaciers with a ladder on his back, and he'd lay the ladder over crevices in the ice and walk across it. And, it took him 2 years, but he found a 600-plus acre place in Homer, and he wrote back to everybody that they could all come up, but everybody had moved on with their lives at this point, except for one woman named Ruth, and she was an aspiring opera singer, and she decided to give up her family and her loved ones and leave everything that she knew and marry this man that she hardly knew so that she could have children in a free country. So she got off the boat and he handed her flowers, and they had 8 children in the Alaskan wilderness. It's really hard for me to imagine leaving a modern Europe with cars and electricity and then going to a territory, it wasn't a state yet, and living off the land, suddenly having to learn how to only live off of what you could kill or can, with your 8 kids, and cut all the hay by hand and fall every tree by hand and clear every meadow by horse and wagon. My dad's childhood photos look like the 1800s and horse and wagon. And my grandmother taught all of her children to sing, and they're all very talented. They all play instruments and write. And my dad sort of picked up, I guess, where my grandmother left off, and he made a couple records. I was hoping to go national when my mom left when I was 8, and he took over raising me and my 2 brothers. He moved us back to the family homestead, and for a while we lived there in the saddle barn next to the cabin he grew up in. And I guess I sort of picked up where he left off, and I began writing and singing, and my grandmother got to live to see me become successful, and she took me aside with tears in her eyes and said it was worth it to give up her dreams to see them come true for me. Really an amazing sacrifice. So I wrote this for my dad and for my grandmother.
She stepped off of the boat to see flowers in his hand. The man she would marry was as hard as the mountains. She had his children in a log cabin. Soon I'd be another star in this family's constellation, in the land of the midnight sun, searching for gold. I am my father's daughter, he has his mother's eyes. I am the product of her sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations, and their stories live in me like holy water. I am my father's daughter. My daddy raised me in a log cabin, and he sang for me the songs his mother sang for him, in honky-tonks and empty bars, just me and him and that old guitar. He passed on a legacy wrapped up in a melody that I carry on, searching for gold. I am my father's daughter, I have his eyes. I am the product of his sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations, and their stories live in me like holy water. I am my father's daughter, and every time I step on stage and the music finds me, I don't need gold to remind me. I am my father's daughter, I have my grandma's eyes. I am the product of such sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations, and their stories live in me like holy water. I am my father's daughter. Oh, I am my father's daughter.
Thank you. So my little brother Otz is out with me on the road. They actually, it was funny, my brother texted me a couple years ago and he said, hey, I'm about to sign a TV contract. He lives in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, and I was like, what are you talking about? well, I guess Alaska is a very hot destination for television shows right now. And Discovery went up there looking for some characters, and they stumbled upon this pioneer family. And it happened to be my family. They had no idea, because my last name's Kilcher, but nobody knows that. And so it's been really fun watching this process. And they have a show on Discovery called Alaska, The Last Frontier, and it really highlights how I was lucky enough to have been raised, how my dad was raised. It's a pretty fun show. You guys definitely have to check it out. I want to get my brother out here and let him play a song or two.
Oh, there's a few more people in here now. The little dude, that's Eduardo. He was earlier when I opened this evening. I have a little guy that I travel with me, and his name is Eduardo. It's an alter ego I created for all of us. He's that guy that's, you walk into a room and everybody's talking, and then they look at you and everybody gets quiet. That's him standing there next to you going, "This is very awkward, is it not? You want to leave, but you can't. You can't walk away. You're frozen." So whenever I get a little bit of jittery nerves and whatnot, and I'm doing something, I try to have him travel with me, and Eduardo's sitting right there with me for those awkward moments. So there's the story about that. Cat's out of the bag. Well, it's great to be out here traveling with my sister, touring around, and seeing her dreams come true and whatnot. You know, family's an important thing for us, and her having to tour alone a lot of the time I know has been hard for her, and makes me feel better getting to get out here, spend some time with her, and also makes me feel better to get to meet all you guys, the people that have been supporting her dreams, and yeah. Y'all seem all right, so this is a song I wrote for my family. It's called Fallen, about the strength of a family and getting through hard times. I'm a man who doesn't need much, just some simple living and a tender touch. Time is precious, we don't have long. I know that I have good luck, but things keep going wrong because I have fallen. I thought that you should know. I have fallen, please don't let me go. Please, please, please don't let me go. I've been blessed with a family who cares, stands beside me through all of the evil glares. Someone tries to break me down, they better be prepared. My family will slow them down, giving me the time I need so I can get repaired. Because I have fallen, please don't let me go. I have fallen, I thought that you should know. I have fallen, please don't let me, please don't let me go. Please don't let me go. Please don't let me go. Listen, children, don't be afraid. At times you may feel alone, and other times you'll feel brave. Breathe deep, live in faith, remember to play. Please know that you're not alone. I hold you in my dreams every night and day, because I have fallen, thought that you should know. I have fallen, please don't let me go. I have fallen, thought that you should know. I have fallen, please don't let me go. Please don't let me go. Please don't let me go. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah? Is that how it is? Oh, I see how it is. Well, it's really nice of my sister to share her set, because I opened for her, which was awesome. You guys were great. But now, evidently, I'm streaming on the interweb live. Hello, the world. Otsley Kilcher. If you're ever in Homer, enjoy yourself. I was going to invite everybody over, and I was like, that could get a little messy. My wife would get pretty upset. You invited the whole world over to our house? So I get done with my opening set, right? And I get a little texty from my wifey. She's like, that was great, but you forgot to say that I'm from Texas. She's a UT girl. 4.0. She's definitely got the brains in the family. Met up in Alaska, high school sweethearts, except we weren't actually sweethearts. But later on, we came to love each other. Different cliques, you know. She was a little bit more urban, and I was, I don't know, had cow patties on my pants, and different worlds. But she's been good enough to come and live with me and put up with the lack of plumbing and luxuries. That is true love right there. Want to give a shout out to everybody in Homer, Alaska, and all my wonderful friends. Been playing music up there in the bars for quite a while, and I created a new genre. It's called Stick It to the Man. So this is on that genre. This is called, I forgot what it's called. It's a song. Hey, wake up. The streets are burning on fire. It didn't take very much. Pass the water. The more that we look back, the closer the end becomes. That's the problem with giving slack. We're all dying. Kick me down, get up. Tears bleeding. Ego stumbles around. No feeling, no feeling, no feeling. No feeling, no feeling, no feeling. Why don't you open up your eyes? It seems like you could use some guidance. I'm so tired of your lies and your messed up self-defiance. When it all starts falling apart, you'll have nothing left to sell. Empty and alone. No feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling.
it like humility. You think I have no rights, the way you push me around. You've got me in your sights, but I'm not running. I've been dealing with this so long. There's one thing I can guarantee: you won't see the end. No feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling. No feeling, 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 no feeling. Thank you all so much. It's been my pleasure. Get my sister back up here and have some more music for y'all.
Makes me want to just stick it to that man. This is a song that hasn't been on a record yet, but I'd like to get it on one soon. I wrote it for a dear friend of mine. She passed away. It's hard when you lose somebody that you love because the pain's so much. You just want the pain to go away, but after 20 or so years now, the pain just sort of reminds me of her, and I like it in a weird way, so this is for her.
September settles softly, leaves are starting to fall. I recall the last time you were here, your laughter a melody that lingers still. There's a hole in my heart, and I carry it wherever I go, like a treasure that travels with me down every road. There's this longing, lonesome and deep, kinda bitter, kinda sweet. There's a hole in my heart in the shape of you. Time stealing swiftly, there's children having children of their own, and around life's merry-go-round goes, and there you are wanting what you cannot hold. There's a hole in my heart, and I carry it wherever I go, like a treasure that travels with me down every road. There's this longing, There's a hole in my heart in the shape of you. Even though my heart aches, there's a smile on my face. 'Cause just like a window to heaven, there's a light shining through this hole in my heart. So I'll carry it wherever I go, like a treasure that travels with me down every road. There's this longing, lonesome and deep, kinda bitter, but kinda sweet. There's a hole in my heart. There's a hole in my heart. There's a hole in my heart, but it's in the shape of you.
Should probably start doing some songs you guys know here. I'm supposedly on a greatest hits tour. I'll get to it. Here we go.
La di da da, la di da da, la di da 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 da. I'm just a simple girl in a high-tech digital world, gonna try to understand all the powers that rule this land. They say J-Lo's big booty is boss. Well, what if little Kate Moss can't find the job? 'Cause in a world of postmodern fad, what was good now is bad. It's not hard to understand. Just follow this simple plan. Follow your heart, your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. Letting go of your mind. Your intuition is easy to find. Just follow your heart, baby. La di da da, la di da da, la di da 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 da. You look at me, but you're not quite sure. Am I it or could you get more? You learned cool from magazines. We all learn love from Charlie Sheen. But if you want me, let me know. I promise that I will not say no. Oh, follow your heart, your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. Let go of your mind. Your intuition is easy to find. Just follow your heart, baby. You got something that you want to tell. Just sell your sin, just cash in. You got something that you want to tell. It's that you'll love me if you wait and see. Well, if you want me, boy, you don't gotta play games. I promise it won't be in vain. Follow your heart, your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. Let go of your outside looking in on you. You're always the mysterious one with dark eyes and careless hair. You were fashionably sensitive, but too cold to care. And you stood in my doorway with nothing to say besides some comment on the weather. But in case you failed to notice, in case you failed to see, this is my heart bleeding before you. This is me down on my knees. And these foolish games are tearing me apart. Your thoughtless words are breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. You're always brilliant in the morning, smoking your cigarettes and talking over coffee. Your philosophies are not Baroque moved you, and you loved Mozart, and you would speak of your loved ones as I clumsily strum my guitar. Well, excuse me, 'cause I've mistaken you for somebody else, somebody who gave a damn, somebody more like myself. These foolish games are tearing me, tearing me, tearing me apart. And your thoughtless words are breaking my heart. You're breaking my took your coat off and stood in the rain. Oh, you're always crazy like that.
So I have a greatest hits album out right now, and I started with the first song I ever wrote, and then I wanted to end it with something brand new, so it really spanned my career. So I have a song in there called Two Hearts Breaking. I wrote it after I was at a hotel, and there was a couple celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary, which is very impressive. And I didn't know her, but I went up and interviewed her, sort of, and I was like, what's it been like, you know? What's it felt like to be married 60 years? And she goes, well, it's only felt like 5 minutes underwater. Oh, Lord. I think, love songs and books and movies always talk about how great it is to be a soulmate, and it is. It's really wonderful. When you find somebody that you can finish each other's thoughts and finish each other's sentences, it's really an amazing thing. But I think what they don't always tell you, too, is that when you're that close, you can finish each other's hurt. And when you want to hurt each other, you can really hurt each other. So this is sort of about the dark side of being one, but staying.
You're the ship, I'm the wreck. You're the bomb, I'm the tick. You're the pause before the fall. I'm the crash that follows it all. We are one, we are whole. We are one whole hurting soul. We're the crash, the burn, the dream that turns from ecstasy to aching. We are the sound of two hearts breaking. You're the blink, I'm the eye. You're the shiver, I'm the knife. You're the crutch, I'm the break. You're the emptiness I make. We are one, we are whole. We are one whole heart and soul. We're the crash, the burn, the dream that turns from ecstasy to aching. We are the sound of two hearts breaking. I'm dry, heaving tears from crying all these years. I know this is your nightmare come true. I never wanted this for you, but I'm the teeth, you're the heart, and together we're the start of the inhale to the scream. You're the not waking, I'm the not dreaming. We are one, we are whole, we are one whole dying soul. We're the crash, the burn, the dream that turns from ecstasy to aching. We are the sound of. We are the sound of two hearts breaking. Hear the clock, 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs and my pancakes too. Got the maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks and make a smiley face, kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off of the mirror, don't leave the keys in the door, and I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I called my mama, she was out for a walk, consoled a cup of coffee, but I didn't wanna talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news, more hearts being broken, more people being used. But I'm not cold in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same. It was happy, I was sad, and made me miss you. Oh, so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you'll see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. I go about my business, I'm doing just fine. Besides, what would I say if I had you online? Same old story, not much else to say. Hearts are broken every day. I brush my teeth, I put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on, so I pick up a cup, turn the sheets down, take a deep breath, and go look around. But I'm my PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try to tell myself it'll be alright, just shouldn't think anymore tonight. 'Cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and so I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I guess I'll do this is the first song I ever wrote. I wrote this when I was 16 because I really wanted to hitchhike through Mexico for spring break like all parents hope their children do one day. I moved out on my own when I was 15, and I had a couple jobs in town, and a dance teacher came from out of state, and I asked if I cleaned his studio, would he let me take his classes in exchange, and he said yes. And I was a terrible dancer, but he found out that I sang, and it turns out he was a teacher at this fine arts school in Michigan, and he helped me apply for a scholarship, and I ended up getting a partial scholarship, and I still lacked $11,000 to get there, and my town of Homer actually helped raise the money for me to go. I did like my first solo concert, and businesses donated items, and we auctioned them off during intermission. They actually helped raise $11,000 for me, which is really an incredible thing. And I was so ignorant. Like I thought, this was a $15,000 a year school, like in the mid '90s, and I thought, surely I'm going to have my own servants at this place, and amazing 3-course meals, and
butlers. I was really excited about going there, and I showed up not realizing that that was just tuition money. You needed actually more money to buy books and to pay for food and things like that. So I was caught a bit off guard. Also, as well, by very strict policies that schools have down here in the States of no hunting or skinning knives worn prominently on your belt loop. Yeah, I almost got kicked out my first day, and somebody told the dean, she's from Alaska. And they was like, oh, well, honey, here we just don't know. So I was working odd jobs while in high school to help pay for my books and things, and I didn't realize, however, again, that on spring break you weren't allowed to stay on campus, and I didn't have enough money. I was just kind of hoping on hunkering down in my dorm room, and you actually weren't allowed to stay there, so I didn't have the money to get back to Alaska. So I concocted this genius idea that I would hobo by train across the country to San Diego and then hitchhike through Mexico, because I was clearly a genius. I grew up hitchhiking in Alaska. Everybody does it. I mean, I think I remember hitchhiking to 5th grade with my little brother. Proud moment, I taught him to put his little baby thumb out like that. That's so wrong. I was amazed at down here in the States how all the states are so close together. You know, in a matter of hours, you could just be in a whole new state. So I learned 4 chords. I grew up singing, but I never played an instrument. My dad always played in our act. My dad's here tonight, and he'll have to forgive me for telling a story on him. My dad's really a character, very entertaining, and a great storyteller. I really learned a lot about being on stage and how to read an audience and never to do set lists and all that from my dad. And he really has a funny, self-deprecating sense of humor, and he also has some amazing talents that you'll see on the TV show. He makes jewelry out of animal parts. I don't know a nicer way to say that. I mean, like out of bear claws and wolf teeth and things like that, and they're sort of like... And so I had a big show when I was 19. I had this big break, and I got to be Dorothy in an all-star cast of Wizard of Oz. And my dad came down from Alaska, and he had his good clothes on and his largest, sharpest, shiniest animal carcass necklace, rocking it in Manhattan. And you might be an Alaskan hillbilly if you look at roadkill as an accessory. I think that's the T-shirt I will make for him. So the show was over, and there was this after party, and somebody being polite said to my dad, "You should be very proud of your daughter. She did a great job tonight." And he goes, "It's just one of those moments when the whole room got quiet at the same time," or as my brother would say, very Eduardo moment. And everybody looked to turn to hear what my dad would say, and Natalie Cole turned to hear what my dad would say, and Jackson Brown turned to hear what my dad would say, and Roger Daltrey turned to hear what my dad would say, and Deborah Winger turned to hear what my dad would say. He goes, "Yeah, put my best sperm into that one." He meant it in a very self-deprecating way, like I can't take credit for her, she did it on her own. But he just had a very colorful way of saying that. Anyway, 16 years old, Michigan, where I was going to school. I learned 4 chords, A minor, C, G, and D in that order. I couldn't go out of order because I didn't know how. And I didn't know enough to learn people's songs off the radio, and it was just a lot easier for me to make up lyrics about people as they walked by, because I just figured nobody really paid attention to a street singer that much anyway. And so I got off the train in Chicago, and it was St. Patrick's Day, which is a very, very big deal there. They take that very, very seriously. They dye the river green, and they drink green beer, and they're very merry. And it was really my first time seeing pop culture and skyscrapers, and so I just started writing what I was seeing around me, and then I'd take my change to the ticket counter and see how far it got me. It took me about 3 days to make it down to San Diego, and then I did a hitchhike from Tijuana down to Cabo, and then I played in the harbor and stuff till I could have enough money to get a ferry to the mainland side of Mexico, and then went all through there. I had my knife, don't worry. And hitchhiked back up to Tijuana without being murdered. So it was like a total success. And I just kept playing these 4 chords over and over, and the song got longer and longer and longer. And amazingly, I was discovered when I was 18 while I was homeless. And it was because a DJ put a bootleg of me on radio, and it ended up getting requested and ended up in the top 10 countdown. It was a complete accident and really an incredible thing, bizarre. And that first song I wrote became my first single, which is, unheard of. And I remember the first time I ever heard it, I heard it on the radio played between Nirvana and Soundgarden, which made no sense, but I wasn't going to bring that up. And I just pulled over, on the side of the road, and I just started to cry, because it really wasn't until that exact moment that I realized I sang like Kermit the Frog. I grew up singing live my whole life, and I was so nervous in the studio, and I didn't really know how to sing in the studio. My throat tightened up, because I could hear myself so well, and I was like, who will save your soul? You guys are laughing because you know what I'm talking about. I know. You guys have to go back and listen to that record, because I've now ruined it for you, as it has been ruined for me. It was embarrassing, but it was embarrassing all the way to the bank, so that worked out. I do have to thank you guys. My life shouldn't have worked out this good. I probably should have been a statistic a long time ago, and it's exceeded every expectation I ever held for myself. I never thought I'd get to make a living doing something I enjoy so much. It's such a luxury, and I'm really thankful for it. And especially to be a singer-songwriter and to be able to have this longevity and have you guys listen so much to songs you've never even heard before tonight means so much to me. So thank you. You've really made my dreams come true, and I do appreciate it.
People living their lives for you on TV. They say they're better than you, and you agree. She says, hold my calls from behind those cold brick walls. So come here, boy, there's nothing for free. Another burger, another hot dog, some fries. You wishing the well, hope your health don't go to hell. Well, another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute, cheap thrill. You know you love him if you put him in your will. But who will save your soul when it comes to the flower? No, hey, will save your soul after all those lies that you told, boy. Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? La la, da 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 da. We try to hustle and try to bustle and try to cuss a man that coughs fun. Someone to bust down on Orleans Avenue. Oh, another day and then the dollar and then the war rain and the tower went up where the homeless had their homes. So we pray to as many different gods as there are flowers. But we call religion our friend. We're so worried about saving our souls, afraid that God will take his toll, that we forget to begin. But who will save your soul when it comes to the babies? And oh, hey, he will save your soul after all those lies that you told, boy. Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? La la, da da da, wait, da da, da da. Now some are walk and some are stalk and some are stalk in their queue. Got Social Security, but that will not pay your bills, 'cause there's addictions to feed. and mouths to pay. So you bargain with the devil, say you're okay today. Say that you love them, take their money and run. Say it's been so sweet, but it was just one of those things, those strings, those flings, those strings, those flings, those strings, the flings, the strings, the flings, the things, you gotta cut to get out of the streets, go right now and bust all your butts. Who will save your soul when it comes to the memories? And oh, hey, will save your soul after all of those lies you told, boy. Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? La la, da da, wait, da da, and who will save your soul if you won't save your own. Thanks for coming. God bless. Have a good night. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. What do I feel like? There's a few songs I have songwriting envy on that I didn't write. This is one. I haven't done this in years, but I really enjoy it. I'd love to do an album of sort of standards or jazz style music, and this is one I'd love to put on it. The other woman has time to manicure her nails. The other woman is perfect where her rival fails. Never ever seen with pin curls in her hair anywhere. The other woman enchants her clothes with French perfume. The other woman keeps fresh cut flowers in each room. Never ever toys scattered everywhere. When her old man comes to call, he'll find her waiting like a lonesome queen. 'Cause when she's by his side, it's such a change from old routine. But the other woman herself to sleep. The other woman will never, ever have his love to keep. And as the years roll by, the other woman will spend her life alone.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you guys. Thank you. Oh, dear Lord. I'd like to bring my dad up on stage. I forgot to tell him that I was going to do that, but if my dad's around, I apologize for telling that story on you, and come on up if you're around, Mr. Kilcher, Skilcher. My dad taught me to yodel when I was about 5, I think. I was very ridiculed in kindergarten for this, and I'm amazed it's become such a useful skill for me. It kind of saved my life in Hawaii. Yodeling can save lives. I was one of the only white girls at an all-local school in Hawaii for a year. I was there in 8th grade. Long story, but yeah. I grew up in a town of 2,000 people, and then all of a sudden I'm in a school that in 7th and 8th grade had 2,000 children to it, which is shocking. And I don't know if any of you have been to Hawaii and know what it's like to be a haole, but it wasn't fun. And one day I was in this circle, and these girls were pushing me back and forth, and it was going to be a fight, and I can't fight. And so I was looking at some black eyes, most likely, and I don't know what made me do it. I was nervous, and I yodeled nervously. It's a very strange nervous tick, very strange nervous reflex. I don't know how I was or I don't know what I did, but one of those more Samoan girls was like, "Hey, Ollie girl, you yodel, huh?" And I was like, "That's Pitt. There's my dad." I'm stalling up here. Just tea. So anyway, they found out I can yodel, and it saved my life. And it can heal. It can heal. So yeah, my dad learned to yodel. You learned to yodel off of cowboy records and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to use this one? It's a standard tuning. These are fancy open tunings.
Standard tuning. She don't think I can handle this open tuning shit? She's right. I won't tell the comment I heard in the boys' bathroom while I was in there a while ago. It wouldn't be appropriate. The guy next to me said, "That gal's singing to me while I'm peeing." And I said, "Don't say anything else. I'm her dad." His mouth dropped and he shut up. Smart man.
I'll let my dad do a song before we yodel, if you want.
Thanks. I had a dream of someday, when I started writing songs at age 10 or 11, of going to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. I never got there, but my daughter did. Then I had a dream of someday singing in Austin city limits. I never did, but when I found out my boy and my girl were going to be down here, by God, I got my pennies together and I flew down there to be with them. What a proud moment. When you're a veteran performer, you don't often get choked up, but tonight's one of those nights. I got a Facebook deal tonight, whatever you call it, when you get something on Facebook, and the guy says, "I've been listening to Ott Sr. sing since 1968. First heard him in Vietnam." Well, that's where I started singing, in Vietnam. And where I first started performing. I've been singing all my life, but Vietnam was the first place I had a captive audience, and I found out, hey, people like listening to this music, and, my kids are carrying it on. So this song is for my kids and all the veterans out there. Been times in my life when I've had to choose. Should I take the safe road or take a chance and maybe lose? So I dropped out of college, picked up my guitar and stepped on stage. I threw away the rule books and I wrote my own page. Well, the jury is still out if my decisions were all sound. It all depends on who you ask and if they're from my hometown. I never asked my grown-up kids, but I get mixed reviews when I ask my grown-up kids. I never asked my 3 ex-wives, and I'm glad I never did. But when I want the answers, I just sit and watch my garden grow. Some's gone to seeds, some's gone to weeds, but oh, there's some fine rows. We live in every beauty, and we die with each regret. So pick up your hoe and know you've done your best. So pick up your hoe, shut up, you've done your best. Well, if I was a guitar picker, I'd do a little instrumental lead right now, but I'm not. Just a singer-songwriter. But ain't my kid something though, huh? Woo! No fame, no fortune found me, chasing my dreams into the sun. My kids are all right brain artists, starving all but one. Social Security and welfare are the measures of my wealth, but I got 6 guitars, 1 old horse, still got my good health, by God. And when I want the answers, I just sit and watch my garden grow. Some's gone to seeds and some's gone to weeds, but oh, there's some fine rows. We live in every beauty and we die with each regret. So pick up your hoe and know you've done your best, 'cause we've all done our best all of our lives. Pick up your hoe and know you've done your best. Been times in my life when I've had to choose. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, woo. Yeah, the older you get, the more you realize you can piss and moan and sit and cry about everything you've never done or all the things you've done wrong, or just sit and look at those good vegetables and say, damn, I got a good crop growing there,
So this is one of the first songs my dad ever taught me. It's the first song I think I ever remember doing. It's an old folk song, I think, right? Chime bells?
Yeah, I started wearing hearing aids recently so I could stay on tune with my guitar, but I ran off and left them in Alaska. So we've got a little thing worked out. When they go a little sharp, she pokes me once. When I go flat, she steps on my toe. So let me put my toe over here where she can reach it.
You're sounding great.
Well, up on the mountain, so gay and so free, there lived a maiden, she's waiting for me. Out on the lake we'll drift with the tide and hear those chime bells ring. Those chime bells are ringing, yodelay-dee. Mockingbirds are singing, yodelay-yodelay-dee. Hush, little lover, Hallelujah, up on a summer's eve. Hallelujah, 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 up on a summer's eve. Harmonizing ain't a big deal, but harmonizing to an old geezer yodeling, now that takes a lot of talent. Am I still on tune? Well, moonbeams were shining as I kissed her there. When she was 6 years old and used to do this song with me, her part used to be to go, I kissed her then, she'd lean over and go, but she forgot that part. Well, moonbeams were shining as I kissed her there. Night birds were singing, perfume filled the air, and each little star twinkled above, and heaven smiled on our love. Those moonbeams are singing, yodelay-dee. Mockingbirds are singing, yodelay-yodelay-dee. Hush, little lover, yodelay-dee, up on a summer's eve. Hallelujah-dee, 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 up on a summer's eve. Hallelujah-dee, 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 Now we're going to get going.
Thank you all. Have a great night. Thanks for coming.